Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexia. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am posting this months behind. So sorry. I have not had the time to film this. We're going to be going over the books that I read in August, and I read 30 books this month. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. I don't know how I did it. I'm gonna go through all of them. I'll let you know if I recommend them or not. Starting out, we have The Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. I liked this one. This is probably my least favorite. This is the third book in the series. The first one being The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. The second is my favorite for sure. This one was good. I did enjoy it. There is a bit of a time jump. This one follows Rosie. She is immortal. This is a magical small town. Rosie has been patrolling Tanria. After she pokes a portal, she dies, but because she's immortal, she comes back to life shortly after. But they have to call in the portal's creator, who is Adam, and after the portal breaks down, her and Adam are trapped in the mist. So they're trying to figure out how to get back home, and in this world there are dragons. There's actually like two love stories in here. One is a love story that has been happening the whole entire series, but the main character's romance I enjoy, but I didn't like it as much as the other couple, as well as the couples in the other two books. This one, it just felt kind of more, I don't want to say insta-lovey, but kind of a little. Kind of like forced proximity. I mean, they're forced to stay together in this mist. And like, you can tell that there's something there between them. It just felt a little situational to me. If they weren't trapped there together, would they really have ever ended up together? But I rated this one a 4 stars. I would really recommend this series. This second book is the When Harry Met Sally retelling, but with dragons. It was amazing. And I really liked the first book too. And I like this one too. Don't get me wrong. This is just my least favorite out of the 3. Then I read Accomplice to the Villain. I love this series. I rated it 5 stars. I think I've rated all of them 5 stars. There's just something about this. It's very unique. This follows right after the events of the second book, and we do learn a lot. It kind of, for most of the book, it kind of felt like we were building up for something. Like it was kind of a transitional book to get you from the events to the big thing we've all been waiting for. It kind of felt like that. Like we were just building up for something. There were 2 crazy things that happened in the end. The romance is a slow burn. Slow. 2 crazy things happened in the end. One of them I kind of predicted it was going to happen in this book, and I was hoping it did, because if it didn't, I probably would have rated it lower, because other than that, if that would have gotten pushed off to the next book, I'm being cryptic because I don't want to spoil anything. If that would have gotten pushed off to the next book, it definitely would have felt like a transitional book. Like we just had to have this book to then get to the events of the next one, which is fine. Like that happens sometimes in fantasy books, but there's got to be something going on. There's got to be something crazy. And something crazy did happen, but then something crazier happened that I was not expecting at all. So yeah, I love Evie. I love the villain. I love everyone. The only thing was that by this point in the series, we know a lot of people, so we're jumping to different point of views, because there's like groups of people in each area. So like a group of people at the manor, a group of people out on a quest, another group of people out on a different quest. So we're jumping here. So something crazy would happen in the last page, and I was like, oh, I have to read more to find out. And I turn it, and then it's like, back at the manor. Get me back to where we just were. I need to know what happened. So then I would have to read like 2 chapters to get back to the events of the other one. So that was my only thing. But I mean, obviously they do it on purpose, so you want to keep reading. It was really good. I liked it. I love this series. It's just so fun. I then read 1 through 13 of the Apothecary Diary mangas. I don't have all of them, but these are the ones I have. I have 1 through 6. I read 13 of them, and I loved them. They were all like 5 stars, except like maybe 2 of them were 4 stars. I've already watched the show. Now I've read all the manga. Now I'm reading the light novels. It's an obsession that I'm okay with. I love this series. I love Mao Mao. Mao Mao is an apothecary, and she lives with her father, and one day she's kidnapped. And she's sold to the Inner Palace. She's now being forced to work as a servant girl. She does laundry, and they don't know that she can read or write, so she has a lowly job because she doesn't want to have a job that makes more money. Then it's just more money in the pockets of her kidnapper. So she's like, actually, no. I don't want to give them any more money than I already am. She pretends to be illiterate. The emperor's babies, both of them are sick and they don't know why, but she, after overhearing a conversation, she realizes what it is that is causing these babies to be sick, because she knows a thing or two about medicines and a thing or two about poison. She is walking and is like, I need to find something to write on. She's mumbling to herself. Passes Jinshi. He's like, what was that? And he's like, nah, it must have been the wind. She ends up writing both of the courtesans' notes saying, this is what is causing the poison. Get rid of it immediately to get your babies. One of the ladies doesn't listen. R.I.P. The other lady does. She calls Jinshi and she's like, I would love to thank the person who wrote this note and saved my daughter. Do you know who it is? Wait, that looks like a serving girl's clothes. And he was like, that one day I heard that girl murmuring to herself. He has all of the serving girls come into a room and he writes on a paper, because she has freckles on her face, mind you. He writes on paper, you with the freckles, stay here. Holds it up. All of them are like, what is that? Because they can't read. And she's like, I know who it is. And all of them leave and she's like, wait, I'm not supposed to read. She tried to turn around and leave and he said, you read it. You're staying here. She goes and they offer her a job as the poison food tester, which is great for her because she is crazy and she has been experimenting with poisons on herself for years. So she's actually the perfect person for the job. It's just so good. It's so good. Then I read Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. I liked this one. I love small town romance. Sue me! But I'm talking like small town, like Gilmore Girls style, cute, fun. Everyone knows everyone kind of small town. Like I don't want no country small town. I don't want no rodeo. I don't do cowboys. I don't do sports while we're here. I'll let you know. I don't do sports romance. I don't do cowboy romance. That's just something I'm not interested in. But a cozy little cute small town? Give me the recs. Give me the recommendations. I might do a video talking about the small town romance books that I've read if you guys are interested in that, because I have a couple series that I am liking, that I do like and enjoy. And then you guys can give me recommendations for the same thing and we can chat back and forth about it because I love it. I love it. I love it. So this follows Layla, who is a baker in their small town, and she's going on bad date after bad date after bad date with horribly atrocious men. And then one night, after a man flees during their dinner, leaves her with the bill, she runs into Caleb. And he's looking actually kind of different. He's looking kind of nice. She said, where have you been? Literally coming to my bakery every single week, but like, where have you been? And he offers to drive her home, and she's telling him her poor luck with men and dating, and he's like, hey, like, you know, I don't really have a good track record with dating either, so maybe we should like date each other just to give each other like pointers, like not for real, like just to see. You can experience what it's like to be with a man who will treat you right. You can be brutally honest if I'm doing anything that is making all of my dates fail. Actually, kind of sounds like a good idea. So they start kind of fake dating, but not really fake dating in the original plot of trying to trick other people. They're more doing it just to get experience. And I really liked it. It was good. I love B.K. Borison. I love B.K. Borison. B.K. Borison, I love you. Her books are just so fun. I love the family aspect, but In the Weeds follows Layla's brother. Business Casual follows Layla's sister. And then Love Life Farms, I think, follows their family friend. I don't think they're siblings. Don't believe so. Haven't read that one yet, though. It's fun. I do love an interconnected small town romance series. It's so fun. It's so cool getting to see everyone's like romance, everyone's little love story, and then seeing them like show up in each other's. It's so fun. I think I like this better. I think I like this a little better than In the Weeds. I rated this one a 4.5. I rated In the Weeds a 4. I just read Business Casual. Then I read Beg, Borrow, Steal. This is also another small town romance series. I was really feeling it. I was really feeling the vibes this month. This month as in like the month of August, not this current month. This one follows Emily and Jack. They are kind of academic rivals. They went to college together and they had the same major, same classes, were kind of going up against each other the whole time. Then she moved back home to be a teacher at a school in her small town, and he happened to get a job at the same school, also a teacher. When the book starts, Jack has left Rome, Kentucky, not Rome. But he has left because he's engaged and him and his fiance are moving away. And she's kind of sad. And she's like, why am I upset? Why am I upset that I'm not going to see his rude little self every day? I need to do some self-evaluating. And then he shows back up. He said, actually, I'm back. Engagement called off. If you're wondering, hey, just if you're curious, were you? And Jack is glad to be back. And he decides to get a house there and start renovating it. I wonder who his neighbor is. Emily? Could it be? It can be, and it is. And they secretly are actually both authors. Neither of them know. He writes under a pen name. She is just now writing her first book, and they're writing for different genres, no worries. But she's writing her first book and she's trying to send it to a editor, and instead she sends it to the principal of the school that she works at because the people had similar names, and it's summer and she doesn't know how she's going to get it off of the principal's computer, so she asks Jack for help. And once he finds out that she's a writer, he's conflicted if he should tell her or not that he is as well. I really liked this one. I rated this one a 4.5. I think this month was a pretty good reading month for me. Then I read Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I had read Not Another Love Song. I read that one before this, which technically takes place after this, and this couple makes an appearance in that book. And I wasn't planning on reading this until I read Not Another Love Song, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it so much. So then I decided to pick this one up, and I rated this one 4 stars. I liked it. I didn't love how absolutely rude this man was. He is so rude. He is so rude. Okay? But you kind of find out what happens in the end because it's a second chance romance. They were together once upon a time, and she is a wedding planner. He's a florist. They met, were doing business together. Then they had a relationship together, and then something happens, we don't know. And then years later, she's working a wedding and the people want to use him, even though she hasn't worked with him since or seen him since that mysterious day that we don't know anything about. So we're jumping back and forth, timeline, zoom, doom, doom. And really it's like the present timeline is told from her perspective, and the old timeline is, I'm pretty sure, mainly just told from his perspective. So we don't really know what he's thinking until the end. We have no idea what's going on in that man's brain. So he just seems rude, Rudy Tooty Pumpkin Booty. Once you find out what happened, and once you get the whole picture, it's not as bad as it seems, okay? He just is a little rough around the edges. But they're working this high-end celebrity's wedding. They have to put their petty differences aside. This means business. Okay? And she has recently started a wedding planning business of her own. She used to work for this horrid woman, and now she's by herself. The lady might be a little jealous that she got this A-list wedding. That might cause problems, who knows? But I love Julie Soto's writing. I love it. That is like one of my biggest things when reading her book. Her writing is so good. You can tell that everything she writes about, she puts time and dedication into learning the information. She like puts so much like effort and energy into doing the research that you can just tell in her writing, that she puts in the work to make the characters seem so real. So I would definitely recommend checking out her books. I liked Not Another Love Song better than this one, but I really liked this one as well. Don't get me wrong. Then I read Defy the Night by Bridget Kimmer. I also DNF'd a book by her this month. I think it was like A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I believe. And I really didn't like that one, but I did like this one. I rated this one 4.25. It follows Tessa, who is an apothecary apprentice, and she works at the apothecary during the day, but at night, her and her friend, who she doesn't know too much about for legal reasons, go out and sneak out into the night to give people this elixir that only the rich can afford, but they sneak some to give to the poor and the sick so that they won't perish during this plague. Essentially, the whole kingdom is at risk. Everyone could get sick. Only the rich can get this elixir and afford it, and she does not think that is fair, so they sneak out in the night to deliver medicine to these people, but if they're caught, they will be executed. And it follows her storyline as well as the prince of this kingdom, and he's considered the king's justice. He's an enforcer. And I will say that I did guess the plot twist in the beginning, but I still really liked the story. And I thought it was really good. One night her friend goes missing, and out of an act of desperation, she tries to break into the castle or sneak in amongst the servants and say that she's there on business of the apothecary to get close to the king and the prince. For what? Girl, what are you gonna do when you get in there? I don't think we're thinking everything thoroughly. It was actually really good, and I liked it. I'm glad I read this one and gave it a chance, even though I didn't like the other book by her, because I am excited to continue that series. Then I read Stone Blind, and this follows the story of Medusa. I wouldn't say it even follows Medusa. It follows her before, when she was just a simple mortal girl, when Poseidon comes and assaults her in Athena's temple. Athena then takes her anger out on Medusa. The anger I feel when I read Greek mythology, to be so honest, I love Greek mythology, but oh my god, like I understand, like that's just how the gods are, but why are you the actual worst? Why are you the worst? Like, I was getting emotional reading this, because how dare you? How literally dare you? She's just dealt bad after bad. First of all, Poseidon, when I catch you, mind you, I need to read it in. And then Athena, really, oh my god. Anyways, her sisters are Gorgons. When she is then changed forever to have snakes' hair and a gaze that can turn people to stone, she decides to kind of live in seclusion. She doesn't want to harm her sister. She doesn't want to harm anyone. So she keeps herself hidden, keeps herself separate. So then we're just following Perseus as he's on his little trek to go behead her. I literally can't. I can't. A fierce feminist exploration of female rage. Yeah, I have female rage. I have rage beyond more than you can believe. Literally, I was so upset reading this. I was so upset, and it was so sad. Oh my gosh. I really liked this author though. I do need to read more by her. I guess we're moving on to the next. I will never move on though. Then I read Funny Feelings by Tara Dwight. Then I read Funny Feelings, and I read Savor It by this author, and I really liked that book, so I wanted to read this because I found it used. And I really liked Savor It, so I was like, hey, let me go check this one out. And I like this one too. 4 stars. I liked this. And this follows a comedian and her manager, essentially. He was a comedian back in the day, but then he got custody of his daughter, who he did not know existed. He was a comedian, but then he stopped performing because he became a father. So now he just works as her manager, and they're very close. They have a very close relationship. She's very close to his daughter. His daughter is deaf and she knows sign language. So that was an immediate connection between the two of them. And I love their relationship together. It's so cute. It is an age gap, and I usually don't care for that. But in this one, I didn't mind. It felt like I understood the connection that they had. And at times she did seem a little young. But I believe she's in her mid or late 20s. I believe so. And she's going on tour with a famous comedian, and they want them to fake date for press reasons, to get publicity going, to get people talking about the tour so that they sell out all their shows. But she's a bit nervous because she does have a crush on him, and he's also nervous because he has a crush on her. But he has for years and years and years. And it was really good. The only part that I did find a bit cringy were the jokes. Some of them I was like, oh, like, you're saying this in front of people? Or like, she would say jokes that involved him in front of him. But he didn't think it was cringy. So maybe that was just me. I don't know. It was like secondhand embarrassment. But I did really like this. And I do really like this author. On that same note, I read the second book to savor it, Left of Forever. This is a small town romance series. Oh my gosh. This month was the month of small town romance series, I think. This follows Ren and Ellis. And they fell in love as kids. Then they had a kid. Then they were together. And then things weren't going good in their marriage. They got divorced. Years later, they still live in the same town. She comes to all of his family events because she's best friends with his sister. They see each other all the time, but it's quite awkward because he's a firefighter. He's out of town on a service trip, whatever. I don't really know the correct terminology. He is away in another state helping with the fires, and she saw on the news that when the fires happened, these horses ran away. They got lost. She's scared for them. She wants to know. So she sends this place a box of her baked goods because she has a bakery in town, and it has a letter that says, whoever finds this, I would really appreciate if you gave me any information if you know anything about these horses, because I can't sleep thinking that they're endangered. And it happens to fall in the hands of her ex-husband, and he responds but doesn't tell her that it's him. So they start messaging back and forth, and he's like, I think I miss my wife. And he gets back, and their child is going off to college. And he says, instead of taking separate cars, maybe we should take one car and then road trip back together, just us, and maybe stop a few places along the way. And she's like, why ever would we literally do that? Because I want to see if there's anything there still. Please, I still love you. She's like, oh my gosh. And they do it. They go on this road trip together. Who knows how it will go. And if they go on this trip and it goes well, then they plan to get back together. And if it doesn't and that spark is lost, then they'll let each other go forever. This book was amazing. 5 stars. Oh my gosh. I liked this book. I really liked Savor It. I loved this book. This is the second book to Savor It, as I mentioned. Spoon's Organ is like the series. Oh my gosh, the yearning, the longing, the things he says about this one. It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Oh my gosh, you can like really tell, really tell that these characters care for one another. I think I really do like second chance romance. Of course, there's always exceptions. I'm not saying every one of them is good that I've read, but I really do like it because you know that the characters already have the connection because they've already been together. I like it. I like second chance romance like that. I like kind of like friends to lovers, like kind of When Harry Met Sally situation where they've known each other for years and then they finally get together, because with both scenarios you know that these characters know each other down to their core. They already know everything, so you don't even have to worry about, do they really know each other to be feeling all these feelings and saying I love you so quick? Like, do they really have the information they need to by now? But you don't even have to worry about that with these people. This was amazing. I absolutely recommend this series. So amazing. There's another one gonna come out and I'm gonna need to read it immediately. Then I read The Neighbor Favor. This follows Lily. There's 3 books in the series. Each follow one of the Green sisters. And I really liked this. I rated it a 4.25. Lily is a bookworm and she works in the publishing industry, but she works in nonfiction and she really wants to get into children's publishing. And she ends up finding the email on the website for her favorite author who wrote one book and disappeared off the face of the earth. So she emails the author asking questions and assuming that he'll never respond back, but he does. And they start communicating back and forth, and this author's name is Strict. But when they make plans to finally meet up in person, because sparks are flying over email. They plan to meet up in person, and then he ghosts her. Said, sorry, bye, not gonna happen. He's vanished off of the face of the earth, and she's flabbergasted. Then time goes by and she gets a new neighbor. Turns out it is him, but his real name is Nick, and he is there because he's finally writing a sequel to the book, and she doesn't know it's him. He doesn't know it's her until he finds out her name and sees a particular tattoo on her ankle and realizes, oh my gosh, I am in deep doo-doo. And she asked him to be a date to her sister's wedding because she made a deal with her sisters that if she finds a date, then they'll have to stop trying to set her up. But if she doesn't, then they can keep doing that until she eventually gets in a relationship. But she's tired of it. So she asked him to go with her, and he says no because he just figured out who she is and he's freaking out internally. She asked him to help her find a date instead. Oh, geez Louise, we'll see how that goes. It was really good. I rated that 4.25 stars, and I'm excited to continue that series. Then I read Half a Soul. This follows Dora. When she's younger, a fairy takes scissors to her and steals half of her soul. So she doesn't really have any emotions. Now, years later, her cousin is trying to find a husband. She has no plan to until she meets Elias, who's a sorcerer who might have an idea of how to get the rest of her soul back. And this book was so good. Regency vibes. Magical, amazing, perfect, beautiful, 5 stars. This is one of my new all-time favorites. I love this book so much. So whimsical, so amazing. The writing was great. The romance was so good. The story was so good. It was like perfect. Actually, I have nothing else to say. I also read The Lord Sorcerer. It was a novella that came before this. I read it after though. And it was just a story of Ellis and, oh, I forget his name. His friend that's in here too. How they met in the war. And that one was quick. I read that one 3 stars. I mean, I didn't really care for it, but like, hey, cool to know the information. And then I read Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and I rated this one 4 stars. This was titled as a cozy fantasy steeped with love. I wouldn't really categorize this as a cozy fantasy. I would say that it's a fantasy that has aspects that are usually found in cozy fantasy, like they have a tea and bookshop. Like, that's cute. Stakes were higher than a normal cozy fantasy. There was just more stuff going on. It didn't really feel like a cozy fantasy to me, but I did like it. It was super cute. Also, the couple in this were already together by the time this book started, which I don't read much books like that. Usually I read a book where the couple's falling in love, and then sometimes in the series they're still together, which then that's usually how it goes. But for this one, they were already together. I liked that in the end there was the story of how they met, and that was really cute. I did like that. Rain is a private guard for the queen and is trying to escape her life, but they're coming after her because she has fled. So the guards are coming after her. They found this little town with hardly anyone in it and are opening a book and tea shop to spend the rest of their days at. But Key is also a powerful mage, so she has to go off sometimes for work. So there's a lot of stuff happening. I wouldn't really categorize it as cozy. I would say it's a fantasy with cozy aspects. I wouldn't even consider it romance since they're already together. With a little romance, a little cozy, mainly all fantasy and like adventure. They're trying to escape these people. They're trying to choose what they do with their life. But I did like it, and I'm going to continue the series. Then I read Tusk Love. I don't have a copy. I did really like it. I rated it 4.5 stars. It follows a girl of high birth. I don't remember if she had any status. And an orc. She has some powers. Accidentally burned down this entire village. That is where the orc lived. He thought that she was just caught in the crossfire and he's trying to help her back, but she was actually the cause of it. They're on a quest to get her back home. On this journey together, they're fighting off people because people are coming after her because she has this chest full of who knows what because she can't get it open, and people are after her because of it. But romance begins to bloom. I really liked that. It was good. And then I read As Good as Dead. I rated this 3.5 stars. This is the 3rd book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. At this point, I didn't care. I did not care. I was tired of her. I didn't like Pip at all throughout the whole entire series. Wow, okay, I'm remembering everything actually that just happened. It's all coming back to me. I thought that her decision, if you've read it, I thought that her decision was dumb. She definitely could have gone about it a different way. She did not need to go so crazy. She did not need to go to the extreme that she did. I feel like that was just self-sabotage, and that's crazy. No, girl, you need to get therapy. I read Falling in Love with the Traveling Cat. This is a cute little story that I got an arc of. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend it, but it was cute just to look at all the little cat pictures. And then I read Free Rin Volume 1 manga. And I'm watching this right now, and I liked it. I rated it 4 stars. I really like Free Rin. I'm really enjoying Free Rin. I will continue to read that. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, let me know if you've read any of these books and your thoughts. And make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.